भक्ति वेद स्वामिति नामिनी नमो ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेद स्वामिति नामिनी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा. Please everyone tell loudly. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Loudly please. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. I pay my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. I express all gratitudes and make many praises to Srila Prabhupada for having given us the golden opportunity to go back to Godhead. All glory to Srila Prabhupada for his wonderful dual services to Srimati Radharani and Lord Gopinath. This Bhagavath Katha is generally in English. If anybody does not understand, I can translate in Hindi or Telugu. Please, we are in the first canto of 4th chapter, 13th verse today. Earlier we have done three chapters completed. In the first chapter, sages in the Naimisharanya, they have questioned their spiritual master Sutta Goswami 6 important questions related to Supreme God. And in reply to them, he has detailed, narrated in the second chapter. In the third chapter, he told the many incarnations of Krishna, and Krishna himself is the cause of all incarnations. In this chapter, it is about appearance of Narada Maharshi. We are in the 13th verse of this chapter. I shall tell the verse slowly. Please repeat with me thrice. Thereafter, I will tell the narration. Tat sarvam naha tamachakshva prushto yad iha kinchana manye tvam vishaye vacham snatam anyatra chandasat tat sarvam naha samachakshva prushto yad iha kinchana manye tvam vishaye vacham snatam anyatra chandasat. Please tell loudly. Tat sarvam naha samachakshva prushto yad kinchana manye tvam vishaye vacham snatam anyatra chandasat. Hare Krishna. Tat sarvam naha samachakshva prushto yad iha kinchana manye tvam vishaye vacham snatam anyatra chandasat. The word-to-word meaning of this verse, tat means that, sarvam, all, naha, unto us, samachakshva, clearly explained, prishtaha, questioned, yad iha, herein, kinchana, all that, manye, we think, tvam, you, vishaye, in all subjects, vacham, meanings of words, snatam, fully acquainted, anyatra, except, chandasa, portion of the Vedas. We know that this Sutta Goswami, rishis, sages, they are telling the Sutta Goswami, we know that you are the expert in the meaning of all subjects, except some portions of Vedas, and thus you can clearly explain the answers to all questions we have just put to you. These Munis, they know that Sutta Goswami is expert because he is the disciple of Sukadeva Goswami, and once again Sugamarshi is the son of Vyasa Bhagwan. And when Goswami was in the womb of mother, like Abhimanyu was taught about Chakravyuha by Sri Krishna Paramatma when he was in the womb of Subhadra. Similarly, when this Sukadeva Goswami was in the womb of his mother, you know how much time was there in his mother's womb? We are there only 9 months in our mother's womb. But Sukadeva Swami was there for 16 years. 16 years, and during 16 years when he was in the womb, Vyasa Bhagwan has imparted all the knowledge of all the Vedas, Mahabharata, the great epic, which is Panchama Veda. He has imparted the knowledge of 18 Puranas, Upuranas, as well as Srimad Bhagavatam to his son Sukadeva Swami. And Sukadeva Swami, when he was born, he was 16 years old. He made pranam to his parents. He just left away. And his disciple is Sutta Goswami, who heard the Bhagavatam directly from him. Also, he heard all the Vedas and other Puranas. So for that reason, because these sages know that Sutta Goswami is an expert, they are saying that you are the right person to answer us. Whenever we choose an acharya, a spiritual master, we should select a person who is authorized person. So this Sukadeva Swami was the authorized because he was instructed by Vyasa Bhagwan himself, who is the incarnation of Krishna. And Sutta Goswami is the disciple of Sukadeva Goswami. Like that, all these munis know that he is the right person. The difference between the Vedas and Puranas is like that between the Brahmanas and Parivarjakas. See, what the difference they are telling about difference of what are Vedas and what are Puranas. See, Parivarjakas or these like they are monks, sannyasis. They have renunciated everything. They are doing only this thing, and they have full knowledge of all Vedas, everything. Whereas these Brahmins, they have only part of the knowledge. No one Brahmin knows all the 4 Vedas nowadays. But nowadays, earlier they used to learn. Now in this Kali Yuga time, only they know part of the Veda or any one part of Veda. And that also one Veda. We have 4 Vedas. Earlier during the creation, only one Veda was created by the God, Supreme God. That was divided into 4 by Vedas Bhagwan during Dwapara Yuga into Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda. And again in that one there are so many different, like this Bhagavatam we have different chapters. They also have different chapters. So Brahmins know only part of those things. And Puranas also similarly like that. They are part of it. The Brahmins are meant to administer some fruitive sacrifices mentioned in the Vedas. But the Parivargacharyas or learned preachers are meant to disseminate transcendental knowledge to one and all. The Brahmins generally what they do is they perform so many vratas like Satyanarayana Swami Vrata, Lakshmi Vrata, Krishna Vrata, whatever vratas, Ganesha, so many things are there. They perform those vratas for the devotees to fulfill their desires. Whereas this Parivarika Acharyas, like even Prabhupada was an Acharya, like that G.S. Swami, presently who is there in Shamshabad, he is also my Acharya. He is also my Acharya. They are all do for this preaching for the purpose of one and everyone in the world. It's not that they have to only do preaching only to a part of it. They'll be moving, and all over the world they preach. And it is for the benefit of every human being, because Paramatma is there as Antaratma in all living beings, whether it is a dog, cat or hog or a human being or a devatas, in everyone God is existing as a Paramatma. But only human beings can understand these scriptures. Animals cannot understand. They have taken their birth only for suffering. And whereas God has given us this birth, so with intelligence, human birth. And it's not that this is the first time we are taking birth. We have taken earlier lakhs and lakhs of births. And lakhs of births, not human beings, as animals. As animals, birds, trees, and maybe if we have done some pious activities, maybe we were in heavenly planets also as devatas, we do not know. So, because of sufferings, God out of kindness and sympathy, He said, okay, for this spirit soul, let me give human birth with intelligence. And He would let him give a chance so that he would try and come back to my home. Like when our children or our parents or somebody, so because you are all young, you don't have children of that age, but elder parents whose children are in abroad countries, they'll be always thinking about their children abroad, when he will come back, when he will come back. Similarly, we are all children of God. God will be thinking, they are all my children, when they will come back to me. It's not that only human beings are his children, all living beings. So for that reason, he gives one after the other, depending upon their karma, he will give the human birth. So in this human birth, he will think, let him improve and benefited, and let him come back to the original home, which is our Goloka Vrindavana or the Vaikunta. That is our original home, not the present home where we live in some colony, in palatial building or apartments. They are all temporary. As long as we live, that also not permanent. Maybe we will be changing also during our lifetime. So even if it is a permanent thing, we might, it comes to us only till this body exists. When this body exists, somebody else will occupy that. So that is not at all our home. Our original home is the Goloka Vrindavana. For that one, our ultimate, we will have many goals. We should not have only one goal. We will have many number of goals. We have to pass graduation, then our next goal will be post-graduation, next will be PhD, something like that. All our goals. But our ultimate goal should be, we have to go back to our own home. We have to go back to our home, back to Godhead. That is what Prabhupada has given us a chance by giving us Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is again instructed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is also incarnation of Supreme Lord Krishna. So this transcendental knowledge who preach, they are known as Parivarjakas. As such, the Parivarjakas are not always expert in pronouncing the Vedic mantras, which are practiced systematically by accent and meter by the Brahmanas who are meant for administering Vedic rites. Again, this whether it is Prabhupada or G.R. Swami or any such acharyas, they don't recite Vedic mantras. They are not for that. They have the knowledge. They have the knowledge, but they don't recite those Vedic mantras for performing some rituals, pujas, worships and all those things. For that one, regular priests will be there, they do those things. So, these Paravaja Acharyas, they do a lot of preaching for the benefit of us, all other human beings. Yet, it should not be considered that the Brahmins are more important than the itinerant preachers. They are one and different simultaneously because they are meant for the same in different ways. Because Brahmins again, when some puja is there, worship is there. Now today evening we have Ramanavami celebrations. Here Abhisheka will be there. Maybe some other priests also will come. They chant so many mantras and other things. So they are meant only for limited to that extent. They do not do any preaching. If it is there, they might tell a sentence or two or a word or two and leave. But regular preaching they do not do. They only these Parivarjaka Acharyas, they perform that preaching. There is no difference between the Vedic mantra and what is explained in the Puranas and Itihasa. Whether it is Vedas, Puranas, Itihasa, all are related to only the preaching of Supreme God. Supreme God. It tells about only Supreme God. Because in we do not, why Vyasa Bhagavan has divided into 4 Vedas? To make it convenient for us to understand. Again, not for us. So Vedas, we can't understand even single letter out of it. Single letter out of it we can't understand. We can't even pronounce properly. For that reason, Vedas Bhagavan has divided into 4 Vedas. And these 4 Vedas also, people like us, we cannot chant those mantras at all. We can't chant those mantras. So for us, again, Vedas Bhagavan, he himself, understanding the time and situation of the human beings during Kali Yuga, he has given us the great epic Mahabharata. It is not also Itihasa. Itihasa means history. So history of earlier, right from the creation it is given. Not just about Pandavas and Kauravas. Right from the creation it is given. It is about 60 lakhs verses, whereas on the earth only 1 lakh was available. For about 15 lakhs is there in Devaloka, Indaloka, 15 lakhs in Gandharvaloka, 14 lakhs in Sadhu Loka, 14 lakhs in Pitru Loka, like that. Only 1 lakh verses is available on the earth. So, and it is considered as Panchama Veda because everyone, even we can also read and understand. There are lots of publications are there, but again, we need to rely only on authorized books. Because I told you we have to follow authorized Parivarjika Acharyas. Similarly, even these whatever books compiled by the Acharyas, Vedas, Bhagwan, that is subsequently continuing, publications are continuing. Only those things we have to follow, like which is given by Vyasa Bhagwan or Valmiki Maharshi Ramayana. So this Bhagavatam is also, what I am reading is of Vedas Maharshi only. It is translated in English by our Acharya Srila Prabhupada in English. Otherwise it was in Sanskrit. So this, according to Sri Jiva Goswami, it is mentioned that the Madhyadina Sruti, that all the Vedas, namely the Sama, Atharva, Rig, Yajur, Purana, Itihasa, Upanishads, are emanations from the breathing of the Supreme Being. See again, when during the creation, God did not give anything in writing, because it's not, at that time all these type of papers are not there. For Him it is not required. Only again His breathing time. During this breathing out only we are all there, all the creations are there. If you breathe in, like we breathe and breathe out, during His breathing time all these universes are there. Not one universe, Akhila Kota Brahmanda. Even today's paper it has come. It seems they have seen, some scientists have seen some black hole, very big black hole which is 200 times the sun planet. But again, there's all nonsense. It is not at all correct version. See, this Akhila Kota Brahmanda means, can you count number of hairs on your body? Some of crores are there. Even on the head, you can't count the hairs. Like that, crores of universes are there, not planets. Universes are there, and in each universe, there are number of planets are there, like Indraloka, Chandraloka, and in every planet there is one Vaikunta, one Kailasa, and one Brahmaloka. And in Kailasa, Shiva is there. In Brahmaloka, Chaturmukha Brahma is there. And Vaikunta, Krishna Paramatma in the form of Mahavishnu and Lakshmi is there. Radharani is the form of Lakshmi. Mahavishnu is the form of Krishna himself. So, for us to get moksha, liberation, you go, we try all your efforts to go back to Godhead, which is Goloka Vrindavana. Otherwise, if you go to Vaikuntha also, you don't get any birth. Because this life cycle is continuous, like calendar months they change, again the same thing repeats. January again repeats, December repeats. Like that, this our life cycle also it goes on, based on our karma, what we are doing in this life, human life. In human, this papa and punya, what we say, this can be, we can, only human beings can do the papa and punya. Devatas, they enjoy the punya done during their human life. And animals, they suffer for the papa they have done. So, like that. Again, punishment is not same for every sin. Different sins have different punishments. It is mentioned in Gadapana very in detail. There are different hells are there, not only this animal life, there are different hells. Supposing if our crime is very grave, we might go into those different hells also. And different punishments will be given for different sins. These begin with Pranava Omkara. Every mantra is before chanting any mantra, it starts with Omkara. Om is the syllable for representing the Supreme God. Om means itself is the Supreme God. Every mantra starts with the Om Achyutaya Namaha, Om Anantaya Namaha, Om Govindaya Namaha, Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Narayana, like that. It starts with Om only. Again, God is only one. God is not many. God is only one. All others, Shiva, Chaturmukha Brahma, Indra, all these people, there are 33,000 crore, 33 crore demigods are there. Demigod means devatas. Devatas are there. Each devata is having different responsibility. Different responsibilities are there. See, our hands are there for working, our legs are for walking, our eyes for seeing. Like that, devatas also have different responsibilities. Ashwini Kumara's Devatas, they who are the parents of Nakula and Sahadeva, they are the medical doctors for Devatas. They are responsible for health care. Like that, Vayudeva for wind, air, like Agni Deva for Agni. They have their own responsibility. God has given in this so many crores of universes. God has distributed all the responsibility to different, this like Prime Minister, Chief Minister, they distribute different portfolios to ministers. Similarly, all have been given responsibilities and they are also to be respected. It's not that we have to worship all the Devatas. We do not know which Devata performs what responsibility. I told you only few. Like Ashwini Kumaras and like that. See, for our knowledge, generally people they worship Ganesha and Saraswati. That is wrong. That is wrong. Ganesha is worshipped so that he will not, any hurdles, if you are doing some activity, some hurdles will there, he will see that it will not come. Again Saraswati, she will not give any education. She controls our walk, the speech, because she has given me some strength, I am able to preach this thing. Similarly, you it's not, Saraswati is not there, even you too have Saraswati in your tongue. She will give you, maybe you are an engineer, you are a doctor, for particular that thing, what is required, she will give you that strength for talking to them or listening to them like that one. But the Supreme God Himself in the form of Hayagriva incarnation, He is the cause for giving us all knowledge. He has to be worshipped for getting any knowledge. Like that, because since we do not know which Devata performs which this thing, you go to some other, again Parvati Devi, she in this Kali Yuga, God has given her a boon that in whoever desires, whatever they desire, human beings, it should be fulfilled. Their desires should be fulfilled, that should be taken care of by Durga. Because during Dwapara Yuga, she has helped twice Krishna Paramatma before incarnation. When seventh pregnancy was there, Devaki was pregnant, mother was pregnant seventh time. At that time, Balarama was the womb. Because Kamsa would kill that child. For that reason, Krishna Paramatma has asked Parvati Devi, Yogamaya, she is known as Yogamaya, to transfer that child from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb. Like that, she was shifted. That means cloning is done in those times. Nowadays, they say cloning. The developed scientists have made research, not search, it's only research. So that time itself was there. Yogamaya has replaced like that. And other one, when Krishna was supposed to incarnate, at that time he appeared, Devaki, mother Devaki appeared as a pregnant, but he was never there in her room. He just manifested with all his shastras, astras before her. And just only for Kamsa to think that she is pregnant, she appeared like that. But whereas he was there. Again, Ramachandra Prabhu, he was in the mother's womb for 12 months, in Kausalya Mata's womb for 12 months. Today it is his festival we are doing. Again, that's the fourth. After this, I will tell you about that one also. Today it is Ramanavami. We all celebrate today that festival here also. So, like that, Krishna was manifested. But those who do not mean the Srimad Bhagavatam is of less importance than Vedic mantras. People think that Bhagavatam is less than other Vedas. It is not that. All are equal. There is no something lower and upper. All are equal. Everything is related to God. Everything is related to God. On the contrary, it is a ripened fruit of Vedas. Because we can't understand Vedas. When you can't understand Vedas, if you n number of times you read those Vedas, when you don't understand, it's a waste. Whereas this Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, they are ripened fruits. You can understand easily. And you should also understand through a association like this in the preaching classes. Because every verse, they have actual meaning as well as hidden meanings. Hidden meanings can be explained only by acharyas or acharya's disciples who have taken shelter under them. So, on the contrary, it is the ripened fruit of Vedas as stated before. Besides that, most perfectly liberated soul Srila Sukadeva Goswami is absorbed in the studies of Bhagavatam, although he is already self-realized. Srila Sutta Goswami is following his footsteps, and therefore his position is not less important because he was not expert in chanting Vedic mantras with metric pronunciation, which depends more on practice than actual realization. Realization is more important than Parlokika chanting. See, this Vedic mantras, they have to be pronounced, spoken in a proper, like Sarigama Padesa, if you say there is in proper swara, proper dhvani, it has to be told. Then only it will be very sweet. Similarly, this Vedic mantras, they have to be uttered in proper this sound. Otherwise, it has no effect. So, whereas this Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, it's not like that. We need to understand and follow. Why we need to? Mahabharata it's a past event. It's a past event. 5,250 years happened, and Ramayana, it is about more than 20 lakhs years. Why should we hear to that Ramayana and Mahabharata today? Can anyone tell? It is not a past event. Both Ramayana and Mahabharata, they are it's an ongoing event and it's eternal. During Dwapara Yuga, when Mahabharata has taken place, Kurukshetra war, at that time only one Duryodhana, one Dushasana, one Karna, like that, everyone, each individual was there. Today we have many Duryodhanas, many Shekunis, many Dushasanas are there. And so, not only in the surrounding this thing, society, even within yourself, Mahabharata is taking place. Even within yourself. The 5 gunas, Viveka, intelligence, our mind, ego, all these things are 5 good things, good characters are Pandavas. Our soul is Draupadi. In our heart, in every living being there is a Paramatma. So behind a Draupadi there is a Paramatma is there. So all the bad qualities, Aviveka, unintelligence, that is Karna, Ego, Ahankara. Ahankara is Abhimana, being proud is the Dushasana, Duryodhana, like this. All evil characters are Kauravas. So we have to fight with them to reach the ultimate goal. To reach the ultimate goal, we need to understand the Mahabharata, and I never recommend that you should take up a renunciation, sit at home like a monk. No, that is not there. You be a grehastha, you be a householder, you get married, you have children, you take care of your old parents, you have to do everything. That is your responsibility. While doing all the responsibilities, whether as an engineer, lawyer or doctor, whatever it is, in your own business, you need to remember God. You need to remember God. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Again, Krishna means I am not saying only Krishna. This Krishna what you find is also Krishna only. I don't say Krishna. I am whatever in Bhagavatam telling, it is the Krishna about Goloka Vrindavana who is there along with Radharani. He has taken many incarnations as Matsya, fish form, Kurma, tortoise form, Varaha, wild boar, Narsinga, neither human being nor animal, lion, and again Vamana, a small short boy, and Rama, a human form, Krishna himself, and Kalki Bhagavan has not yet incarnated. He was going to incarnate after 4,27,000 balance period of Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, 4,32,000 years, only just 5,250 years is elapsed. Balance 4,26,750 years is there. Only after that Kalki Bhagavan will take place. That also in this third chapter it has come in the 25th verse. He would incarnate in Gujarat state, in Sambala village, in the Vishnuyasa family, and he would come on a white horse, holding a sword, like that. So, like that, different incarnations, not only these 10 incarnations, many incarnations, thousands of incarnations there, because this is trillions and trillions of years old creation. So, he would incarnate as Kalki, but in between 600-700 years ago, between 600 and 700 years ago, Krishna Paramatma has incarnated as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he has given us the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which I told you with mantras starting with Omkara. There are so many auspicious mantras there which we can't chant any time. Only in specific time, in specific conditions we have to chant, meditate upon. Whereas Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, thinking the sufferings of all the human beings in Kali Yuga, he has given us this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and it has no regulations. You can chant anytime, anywhere, anytime, any number of times, like that, 24 hours into 7 days, into our lifetime. Into our lifetime, you can chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And he has instructed to chant 64 rounds. On the beads, you can find the beads over there hanging. In each bead chain, it contains 108 beads. If you chant 8 times on the bead, it is known as 1 round. He has instructed to chant 64 rounds. 64 rounds. 1 round, it takes 15 minutes in the initial stages, but otherwise it takes 7 to 10 minutes. If you practice within 1 week, it is sufficient. So for us, while doing all our job, because for our college studies or for our workplace, we need 8 hours. Even in business also 8 to 10 hours. It needs more also. But minimum 8 hours time is required for any purpose. And remaining 12 hours, it goes in night time. We don't sleep for 12 hours. Some people are there, they sleep for 12 hours also. But generally it goes for sleeping. It is known as sleeping time, night. And 4 hours. 4 hours having breakfast, bed coffee, brunch, lunch, snacks, dinner. In this one, most of the time is gone. So at least spend that 10 minutes time of 1 round on chanting on beads. Remaining time, what you can do is, without if it is possible to carry the bead wherever you go, it's nothing harm. Or no, you don't feel ashamed or insult. You can carry the chanting bead. It's auspicious. If you don't have the chanting bead also, without chanting bead, whether it is in mind or possibly you loudly can, if you can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that is very good. That is very good. And why we have to remember, chant so many times means we need to remember God at the end of our life. At the end of our life, only few seconds, maybe 2 or 3 seconds time he will be given with full consciousness. Even if a person who is in coma, also, he will be given consciousness in the last 3-4 seconds. At that time, if you remember God, you are qualified to be liberated, moksha, so that you will not take the birth, you enter into the birth cycle of getting into the animal life or devatas or something. We do not get. Even if you go to Devaloka also, once you exhaust your pious punya, whatever it is, when it is diminished, you come back on the earth. Again, there must be some papa also when you, as a human being, you are done. So for suffering the papa, you take some hellish life, like animals or anything, or we might go really to hell also, based on the sufferings. So to avoid all these things, we should get qualified to get liberated. That is moksha. And at the same time, there are other types of remembering God. Not only chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, other type of chanting is when you go home, your elderly parents are unable to come. So tell them all these glories of God, explain them and tell them to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Let you do the preaching at home to your parents, and to when you are married, to other spouse, whether wife or husband, to one another, to talk about these things. Okay, you can talk some material things also, it's not that, but otherwise, most of the day you spend like that, you remember. And train your children in the right from 3, when they start calling Ma, Amma, Nana like that, at the age of 3 years, at that time itself, you should teach them Krishna, Rama, all those. Again here, Krishna means, I am not telling you should only say Krishna, Krishna. Krishna is any incarnation, whether it is Narasimha, Rama, Krishna or Srinivasa, Tirumala Srinivasa, whoever it is, all those names can be any one which you like. Which you like, you can chant those mantras. So you can train the children also, because the life is 100 years. 50 years is gone away in the night, 50%. In the remaining 50% I already explained. So the remaining lifetime, we have very less time. We do not know when we will pass away. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he told Arjuna. Arjuna questioned him, Krishna, when would be last? When we would leave this world? Krishna said, Arjuna, you don't think about when we are taking the birth or when we will leave this world. That Nobody knows. Even I can't tell, he says. It all depends of our lifetime. So we do not know. I might go out now. I might meet with some accident. I might go away immediately. It might happen to anyone, anywhere. So like that, we should be prepared to remember Krishna at the end. So for that one, while doing all our work, please remember to chanting, preaching like this. If you do this one, you will remember Krishna at the end. Today is Sri Rama Navami. It's a festival. I wish you all, I extend my warm wishes on this festival. I also pray to God to bless you all good prosperity and reach His abode at the end. And here today, Ram Navami festival, you know how many events are there today? About Rama itself. About Rama itself, it is 4 events. He has born, he has, I don't say born, he has taken incarnation avatara on the Chaitra Masa, Shukla Paksha, Navami day, with Pushyami Nakshatra. Today Navami is also there, Pushyami star is also there. On that day he has taken the incarnation, his birth. On the same day, he was married to Sita Mata. Today is also it is marriage day. When you go to Bhadradi temple, they will be performing Janmashtami, Rama Janmashtami, as well as Rama Kalyana, as well as Rama Pattabhishek also. He is marrying to this one. The same day, he was, Dasharatha planned to make him prince, crown him as a prince. But due to Kaikeyi is this thing, on the same day he left on 14 years forest life. So, but because Bharata had taken another promise, he made another promise. Oh Rama, if you do not come at the end of the 14th year, I will enter into the fire. So Rama, he came, again Bharata was not in Ayodhya, he was there in the forest itself, and he also lived for 14 years like Rama lived in forest with saffron clothes itself. Only Shatrugna was the representative between Rama and Rama's Paduka and Bharata. He was ruling. Every day morning he used to visit Ayodhya. Till night he used to take care of all the activities, come back, and he used to tell Bharata. Bharata used to again recite everything, leave all the messages to the Paduka. Rama in the form of Paduka, he used to tell. Like that 4 days spent in it. So on Panchami day itself, that is 4 days before today, 4 days before it was Panchami, on that day itself he has reached Nandigrama where Bharata was living. And Bharata made all arrangements in Ayodhya through Shatrugna for the crowning of Rama. On Navami day, when Rama returned back to now this darshan, curtains will open for darshan. You can sit and have darshan and continue for some more time. We shall finish in some more little time. So on the same day, Rama was also crowned as king of Ayodhya. Again, king means he is the emperor. He was, for supreme God, everything is his this thing only. But in the human form, Hare Krishna, in the human form, he was crowned as the emperor of the entire world. Because Dasharatha's Chakravarti, who was sitting in Ayodhya, his capital was Ayodhya, but he was ruling the entire world. And so, in his Dasharatha's place, Rama was crowned as emperor to rule over all over the world. And thereafter, Sri Rama ruled over the world for 11,000 years. 11,000 years, 10,000 years with Sita Mata along with him. And later when she was sent away to forest, just when she was pregnant, at that time he left. And after the leaving Sita Mata, he ruled for another 1,000 years. Like that, totally 11,000 years he has ruled all over the world as in the human form. But otherwise he is the supreme God. So realization is more important than the Paralokika chanting. We need to remember that one. For today, we shall stop with this Bhagavath Katha. Chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra for 10 times, then discuss for today. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Everybody should tell loudly. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Loudly please, it is recorded. Loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Swasti Pradyapantyam Nyayena Margena Mahi Mahishaha Govashvastu Nityam Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu Kayena Vacha Manasendriyam Buddhyatpate Swabhavat Karomi Yedyat Prasmai Narayana Sarpayami Srimanachar Sarvam Sikrishna Mangalam Nitya Mangalam. जय श्री राधा गोपनाथ की, जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की, जय श्री नरसिंह भगवान की, जय श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की, जय श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की, जय श्री पंचतत्वा की, जय श्री भागवत ग्रंथ की, जय श्री हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की, जय श्री प्रभुपाद की. हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा. Today evening we have Ram Navami festival celebrations at the temple. Abhishekam will be there, Kirtana, chanting will be there, and also Mahaprasad will be there. Ram Katha Shravana, even that will be, Shravana will be also there. You please participate in today's evening program and have Mahaprasad as well as have his blessings of Sri Ramachandra. Hare Krishna.